Have you been constantly clearing your throat, coughing up mucus, or waking up with that thick, sticky feeling in your throat that just won't go away? If you're over 60, the foods you eat every single day could be making it much worse. And some of the biggest culprits are probably sitting in your kitchen right now. What's surprising is that many seniors think mucus in the throat is just a normal part of aging. But in many cases, your diet plays a major role. Certain foods can increase inflammation, trigger acid reflux, thicken mucus, and irritate your throat without you even realizing it. And today, we're going to talk about the foods seniors should avoid if they constantly struggle with mucus in the throat, plus a few simple changes that may help you breathe easier, sleep better, and finally stop that non-stop throat clearing. And before we begin, make sure to subscribe to Dr. Waterling Hub for more simple health tips designed especially for seniors who want to stay healthy, active, and independent. Now let's get started. One of the biggest mistakes many older adults make is assuming mucus always comes from a cold or allergies. But that's not always true. As we age, digestion changes, inflammation increases, and the throat becomes more sensitive. Even mild acid reflux can create excess mucus without causing heartburn. That's why some people constantly feel like something is stuck in their throat, even though they aren't sick. And one of the worst foods for this problem is dairy products. Now, before anyone gets upset, this doesn't mean dairy is bad for everyone. But for many seniors, milk, cheese, ice cream, and heavy cream can make mucus feel thicker and harder to clear. You may have noticed that after eating ice cream or drinking milk, your throat suddenly feels coated or sticky. That's because dairy can change the texture of mucus and make it feel heavier. For some people, dairy also triggers mild inflammation or postnasal drip. And here's the tricky part. Many seniors eat dairy late at night. A bowl of ice cream before bed, a glass of milk in the evening, cheese snacks after dinner. Then they wake up coughing, clearing their throat, or feeling congested. If this sounds familiar, try reducing dairy for 1 to 2 weeks and see if your throat improves. You don't necessarily need to eliminate it forever. Sometimes simply cutting back makes a huge difference. Another major problem food is fried food. French fries, fried chicken, onion rings, chips, and greasy fast food can all trigger inflammation and acid reflux, two major causes of throat mucus. When stomach acid travels upward even slightly, your body responds by producing mucus to protect the throat. This is especially common in seniors because the muscles that keep acid in the stomach weaken with age. And here's something many people don't realize. You can have reflux without feeling heartburn. Doctors sometimes call this silent reflux. Instead of chest pain, you may experience throat clearing, hoarseness, coughing, or a constant mucus sensation. That late-night fried meal may not upset your stomach, but it could be irritating your throat all night long while you sleep. And if you eat fried foods often, your throat may never get a chance to fully calm down. Now let's talk about sugary foods. Cookies, cakes, candy, sweet cereals, soda, pastries, and sugary drinks can feed inflammation throughout the body. Excess sugar may also weaken the immune system and increase irritation in the throat and sinuses. Some seniors notice that after eating a lot of sugar, they feel more congested the next morning. And there's another hidden issue. Sugar can worsen acid reflux too. That means sugary desserts after dinner may be creating the perfect storm: inflammation, reflux, and mucus production all at once. This becomes even more noticeable during the night when lying down allows mucus and acid to collect in the throat. If you constantly wake up needing to cough or clear your throat, your nighttime snacks could be part of the problem. Now here's a food category many people never suspect: processed meats. Ham, bacon, sausage, hot dogs, salami, and deli meats are loaded with sodium, preservatives, and inflammatory ingredients that may irritate the throat. They can also increase dehydration, and dehydration is a major reason mucus becomes thick and sticky. When the body lacks enough water, mucus loses its thin consistency and becomes harder to clear. This creates that uncomfortable feeling of mucus stuck in the throat. Many seniors are already slightly dehydrated without realizing it. Then processed foods make the problem even worse. That's why hydration matters so much. Simple water may be one of the most powerful tools for thinning mucus naturally. Warm water can be especially soothing. Some people also benefit from warm herbal tea or warm lemon water, especially in the morning. And while we're talking about drinks, let's discuss alcohol. Alcohol can dry out the throat, worsen inflammation, and trigger acid reflux. Wine, beer, and liquor may all contribute to nighttime mucus buildup. Many seniors notice their symptoms become worse after evening drinks, especially close to bedtime. Alcohol also relaxes the muscles that normally keep stomach acid where it belongs. That means acid can travel upward more easily while you sleep. Then you wake up with coughing, mucus, hoarseness, or that constant need to clear your throat. And speaking of bedtime, one of the worst habits for mucus problems is eating too late at night. Even healthy foods can become a problem if you eat large meals right before lying down. Your digestive system slows with age, food stays in the stomach longer, and lying flat makes reflux more likely. That irritation often shows up in the throat first. This is why many throat specialists recommend finishing dinner at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. It's one of the simplest changes seniors can make. Now let's talk about spicy foods. For some people, spicy peppers, hot sauces, and heavily seasoned meals can irritate the throat lining and trigger reflux. Not everyone reacts the same way. Some people tolerate spice perfectly fine, but if you notice more throat mucus after spicy meals, your body may be trying to tell you something. The key is paying attention to patterns. Your body often gives clues long before symptoms become severe. And here's another surprising culprit: chocolate. Many people love a little chocolate after dinner, but chocolate can relax the valve between the stomach and esophagus, making reflux more likely. Again, you may not feel classic heartburn. Instead, you feel mucus, or throat clearing, or coughing, or hoarseness. This is why identifying food triggers matters so much. Now I want to pause for a second because this is important. Not all mucus is dangerous. Your body naturally produces mucus to protect the throat, lungs, and sinuses. The problem happens when production becomes excessive or thick. And sometimes mucus can signal underlying conditions like allergies, infections, chronic sinus issues, asthma, reflux, or even medication side effects. That's why persistent symptoms should always be discussed with a healthcare professional. This content is for educational purposes only and not medical advice, but for many seniors, simple food changes can dramatically reduce irritation and improve daily comfort. And if you're finding this helpful so far, make sure to subscribe to Dr. Waterling Hub and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest health videos for seniors. Now let's continue with another important issue: cold foods and beverages. Some seniors notice that ice-cold drinks increase throat tightness or mucus sensation. Cold temperatures can temporarily thicken mucus and make the throat feel more irritated. This doesn't happen to everyone, but if you constantly sip iced drinks and feel worse afterward, try switching to room temperature or warm beverages for a few days. You may notice a surprising difference. Another overlooked problem is overeating. Large meals put pressure on the stomach, increasing the chances of reflux. Even healthy foods eaten in huge amounts can create problems. Smaller meals are often easier for older adults to digest. And digestion plays a much bigger role in throat health than most people realize. Now here's something many viewers may relate to. You eat dinner, everything feels fine. Then a few hours later, you start clearing your throat. Maybe you cough while watching TV. Maybe your voice becomes raspy. Maybe you wake up overnight with mucus. That pattern often points toward food-related irritation. And once people recognize the connection, they can finally start making improvements. Now let's talk about some foods that may actually help. Warm soups can soothe the throat and keep you hydrated. Fruits with high water content, like watermelon and pears, may help thin mucus. Cooked vegetables are often easier to digest than greasy or processed foods. Ginger may help reduce irritation for some people. Honey may soothe the throat temporarily, especially in warm tea. And one of the best habits of all is simply eating slower. Many seniors eat too quickly, swallow excess air, and overload the stomach without realizing it. Slow eating improves digestion and may reduce reflux symptoms significantly. Posture matters too. Lying down immediately after meals can make mucus problems worse. Even bending over after eating may trigger reflux in some people. Try staying upright for at least a couple of hours after meals. And if nighttime mucus is severe, slightly elevating the head while sleeping may help keep acid from traveling upward. Now I know some viewers may be wondering, do I have to stop eating all my favorite foods forever? Not necessarily. The goal is not perfection. The goal is awareness. Some people only need small adjustments. Others benefit from temporarily removing trigger foods to see what changes. Your body is unique, but if you constantly struggle with mucus in the throat, ignoring your diet is a mistake. Because the foods you eat every day may either calm the problem or quietly keep it going. And remember, symptoms that last for weeks or months should never be ignored, especially if you experience difficulty swallowing, unexplained weight loss, severe coughing, chest pain, or blood and mucus. Those symptoms deserve medical attention. But for many seniors, reducing inflammatory foods, improving hydration, avoiding late-night eating, and managing reflux triggers can make a huge difference. Imagine waking up without constantly clearing your throat. Imagine sleeping better, speaking more clearly, breathing easier, eating without discomfort. Sometimes small changes create powerful results, and that's why paying attention to your body matters so much after 60. Your body is always communicating with you. The question is, are you listening? Thank you so much for watching today's video. We hope this information helps you better understand what may be causing that stubborn mucus in your throat and what foods could be making it worse. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to Dr. Waterling Hub for more senior health tips designed to help you stay healthier, stronger, and more comfortable every single day. And remember this, a healthier life is often built from the small choices we make every day, including what we put on our plate. Take care of your throat, take care of your body, and we'll see you in the next video.